start with asking you a question. If you improved your speaking and communication, how will it help you in your career? What kind of results will you see? You probably clicked on this video because you wanted to avoid these sins or mistakes, and I will talk about these 4 commonly made mistakes and how you can avoid them. But it's a common misconception that certain people are born with the ability to connect with other people, that only a select few are bestowed with the talent to speak well, whether it's speaking smoothly and effortlessly or powerfully to create a bigger outcome. And yet, the truth is, anyone, just anyone can learn how to make every communication an opportunity for a powerful connection and impact. But the sad thing is, most of us just shy away from that one skill that can drastically improve our results in life, whether it's in our careers or businesses. Communication and connecting can definitely be taught. It's not like if you have it, that's great, but if you don't have it, you just have to stay a boring person all your life. You know, developing it can take time and effort, and probably a mentor to come alongside you and help you, but learning some of the principles and practices of communication will definitely help you more than you know. Here's my question again. If you improved your speaking and communication, how will it help you? Yes, I'm talking to you in your career. I hope you can see that gaining this one skill can take you really far. In today's video, I want to talk to you about 4 unpardonable sins of a communicator or a speaker. John Maxwell talks about these 4 commonly made mistakes in one of his books. It is even applicable to one-on-one communication, especially in circumstances where you are desiring a certain kind of outcome, when you want to influence a certain kind of outcome, when you want to cast your vision on a group of people. So let's see what these 4 unpardonable sins are. The first one is being unprepared. Now, for the longest time, I had this crazy dream, actually a nightmare, that I was in this testing location waiting to take a written test. And I showed up at the exam center with no preparation, arrived at the test with no preparation at all, and it always scared me to death. You know, being unprepared as a speaker or a communicator is inexcusable. Actually, not being confident is kind of related to not being prepared or not prepared enough. Now, how many times have we showed up at events where we were supposed to speak or say a few words about something or give an introduction, and we find ourselves not prepared enough? We feel like, I wish I had an hour more to sit and put my thoughts together. Taking time to prepare not only honors other people's time, but it also gives you the confidence and takes care of some of that stage fright you might have. The sin number 2 here is being uncommitted. I used to have a chemistry teacher in 11th grade. Back home we called it intermediate, and right after we entered the class, she would on certain days sigh loudly and say, "Oh, why did I choose this career? I wanted to become a doctor, but I ended up becoming a teacher," which to us as students translated as, "I hate my job." You know, connecting always requires commitment, and no wonder we did so poorly in chemistry. You don't require commitment or energy to simply say something, but it definitely requires commitment to move someone, to impact someone, or to be significant in someone's life. You can talk and make no impact, but if you really have to make a significant impact and connect with people, whether if it's one-on-one or as a speaker, it requires a lot of energy and commitment. Interesting thing is, you will never find great communicators who are low on energy. Just for a moment, think of your favorite speaker or communicator. You will notice that they are high energy people who are completely committed to their work. There are low energy people who try to communicate, but they hardly connect. The third sin in this area is being uninteresting. No matter how great your content is, if it is not interesting, you will lose the attention of your audience. And it implies even if your audience is just one person or thousands of people. But how do you make your message interesting? Well, the simplest way to make it interesting is connecting through your own story. How has the content that you're sharing changed you or impacted you? People would be interested to know about that than simply standing there and presenting pure content that almost sounds like a book report. The sin number 4 here is being uncomfortable. I really don't have to talk too much about this one because we all have seen or even on occasion been that person who is just so uncomfortable that even the audiences start feeling uncomfortable. When we are uncomfortable, we make it seem like there is just any place in the world that we'd rather be, but not on the stage. Knowing who we are and being comfortable in our own skin is absolutely necessary if you want to be a great communicator. Just accepting who we are and who God has made us to be, and believing that what we have to share has value in it, is absolutely essential in rising up to be a comfortable presenter. I talked about developing good self-image in a previous video. I will leave a link in the description down below. And if you are involved in Sunday school or youth ministry or in a small group or teaching of any kind, I hope these tips will be helpful to you. So let's just recap and see what these 4 unpardonable sins are. Being unprepared, being uninterested, being uncommitted, and being uncomfortable. You want to avoid these 4 things at any cost. Speaking confidently will do more for your career than pretty much any other skill. What fears do you think you need to overcome if you need to become a good presenter? Anything God has called you to do will require your confidence and overcoming fear. So next time you're presenting, please remember to be prepared, to be committed, to be interesting, and to be comfortable in your own skin, believing that what you have to share has value in it. Remember, be unafraid and you will become undefeated. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.